What's going on, car guys and car gals, and all you solutionaries out there? Hopefully, you are all jazzed up listening to a little bit of. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. This is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And this is Frelin Arts, the subprime
And
hero.
we are excited to be brewing solutions with you on the Car Guy Coffee podcast.
Yes.
Do us a quick favor. Well, good morning, friend. Do us a favor. Tag a car guy. Tag a car gal. Go ahead and share. Let people know that you are brewing solutions this morning. And if you want to find a way to upshift and uplift their day, tell them to come get some of this. We're about to have a good time.
Woo!
Talking about some branding. Got some big announcements to talk about.
We got a whole bunch of big announcements. A lot of crazy stuff going on in this world. Make sure that you guys get ready. Share this out, folks. Tag a car guy, tag a car person, tag a car gal. Does not matter. Get them in this thing because we're going to have some fun today. Let's get some questions in here. Let's get some participation from you guys. If you got any questions for the car guy or the subprime hero, let us know what you want answers to. We're happy to answer those for you. But we'll be back in about 2.
Go ahead. Focus. Fly.
Keep rolling.
What's going on, car guys and car gals? Hopefully you have helped us out and got this great news message out there. We are just so excited to be able to get together, do what it is that we do, bring some great solutions to you. We're hearing some great stories from some of you out there. Some of you know who you are. Thank you so much for sharing all your great news with us. Do us a favor, keep doing that. If you have something to celebrate, tell us about it. If you have something that you're proud of or somebody that you're proud of, highlight them. Let everybody know how good news is actually happening around you. Making that more of the culture is what you want out of a good cup of Car Guy coffee. So thank you so much for joining us. But please send those. Thank you in advance for you participating inside of that. We'd like to say good morning to everybody and let everybody know who has been bringing you this message this morning. We have got a incredible team of people that are trying to make sure that you are brewing solutions practically inside of your stores, inside of your dealerships, and inside of your business. And we are so thankful for somebody that's going to put something good on your solutionary barista belt, and that's the Dealership Toolkit.
Woo, you got to love them, man. Dealership Toolkit. They're doing some amazing stuff. www.dealershiptoolkit.com. It's very that simple. Now, you got some very, very like almost genius people, if not genius. You know, I've only got to know them for a little while, but I'm going to say Richard. Wow, this guy is he's a future thinking type person. Like he's really into that tech world. He's really looking to find a way to help your dealership be able to utilize everything that they have inside there from, you know, like they keep talking about, it's the toolkit. The toolkit means that they have a little bit of everything for everybody. If you need a hammer, they got a hammer. You need a screwdriver, you got a screwdriver. Now I'm just using terms here, but you know what I'm saying. Like if you need better leads, if you need ways to have people talk to you leads, if you need a BDC, if you need this, they know how to get you those solutions. So make sure you reach out to them. We also have some other amazing people. You know, these are people we've teamed up with, we've partnered up with. We are going to be going around the whole country eventually and just talking about these companies. And folks, if you have any questions, reach out to me. You can reach out to them also, but if you feel more comfortable talking to me, reach out to me. I have some great inside information about every one of these companies that we are partnered up with, and we just absolutely love. The partnerships don't happen just because, oh, can I be your partner? No, it's, does it work? Does the relationship coordinate with what we believe? Is it the type of keep growing atmosphere, the forgive, focus, fly atmosphere, the brewing solutions, being a solutionary? And guess what? Every one of those categories they mark off. Check, 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 check. And I love that. And that's not just dealing with Dealership Toolkit. We also have a new partner with ExoGloss. Folks, now you guys, ExoGloss is a great company too, and I absolutely love them. I'm going to pop them up on the corner. Oh, here he did it, my man. So ExoGloss, they're doing some amazing stuff. Terry Torline reached out to us. They're part of a bigger company, but ExoGloss is one of their big products. And Terry is a huge advocate of this product. So folks, reach out to me or Lou, or you can reach out to Terry Torline. We are here for you. ExoGloss is hot. It's the product that you need for your vehicles, and make sure your customers' cars keep that glass. You know what I'm saying? So we also have, man, and these are people that we've been partners with for a while now. It's the Think Ag Group, and I'm absolutely in love with every one of those people that work there. You know, Think, right? I have them everywhere. I even put the sticker up here. Beep, you can't see it, but I got Think. You know, Think Ag Group has been there since the beginning when it came to our sponsorship. So I want to give them a lot of praise and thank you for being a partner of ours from the get-go. They have the Thursday think tanks that come on. Matter of fact, tonight they're going to have a special guest, Scott Joseph.
You need to be on there.
You guys need to check it out.
It's going
to be some great information. That is Business Minds. This is a great mastermind. I love it. So Think Ag Group, www.thinkaggroup.com. Now check them out. Make sure you reach out to them. We also have Elite FI partners. Now I love some Elite FI partners. These are some, they're beyond just good friends of ours. They are partners of ours. And just like their name, you got Michael Offmuth out there. Michael has been one of those guys who's been in the business for a very long time. And he definitely has his thumb on what's hot and what's not, especially when it comes to your finance office.
Yes.
So make sure that you guys reach out to him. He's not going to give you something that you don't need. He's just going to make sure that your dealership, if you may need the whole package, you may just need a little piece of his package. You may not need a little piece of his package. You may not even need, I know it's not right. It sounds funny. What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
So what do you mean?
What I mean is that, you know, Michael is amazing. And if you need some help at your store, just make sure you reach out to him. Because over at EliteFIPartners.com, that's how you get a hold of them. Very easy. They're all over every bit of social media. Michael's starting to drop some videos on Instagram. I've seen one. So let's get it going, Michael. I'm ready to see some more. It's the beginning of the year. It's already the 7th. So keep growing, my friend. Do not stop. And then, of course, NextSale. Now, NextSale is I love some NextSale app, man. And I love what they're and I love what they're all about. I love Jason Garris. I love his company. I love his other app. It's the Next Review app. He's really doing some stuff. He's really excited about this company. Matter of fact, Elite FI Partners is involved in that, and so is the Car Guy Coffee crew. So you know we're very into that. If you guys are familiar with Rudy Treminio, Mr. El Patron himself, he is the what is he?
CEO.
Yeah,
CEO.
and he's been part of that company since day one. So it's a good company. That's just even though it's a big company and as in like what it can do, it's still small. They're not really as in all the dealerships yet. It should be in every store. I mean, I'm just saying you should be in every store. So anyway, enough about our sponsors. I love every one of them. I hope you guys get the point. Yeah. If you have any questions, reach out to us because we're going to help you get connected with these people, and it'll connect you guys in the right way. And you probably get some discounts because you know the Car Guy Coffee.
And that's something that we want to make sure that all of you know out there is that if you see somebody that's attached to a Car Guy Coffee cup, brand, shirt, if it's on anything that we're doing, feel free to just ask us about it. Who are they? What do they do? And every single conversation that I've been able to have off the air and with people that want to know about the solutions that they have had actual great mind-opening understandings of, hey, okay, there's other people out there that do that thing inside of my store. I'm glad I asked about it. And we've heard some great growth has come to all of these groups that we are brewing solutions with, but that's because we are part of a network of people that are very dedicated at heart to make sure that we are doing all that we can to upshift and uplift each other, find solutions that make each other better inside of business. And while we do that, everybody is finding success, not necessarily only on the bottom line side of things, but on the side of everybody feeling rich that they've met these great people, feeling awesome that we've been enriched by the new relationships that we're building. And that has been the that's the molten part of the lava inside of the lava cake. You know what I mean? That's the juicy part that makes you, really savor it. You really want to enjoy it. You really want to make sure that you don't pass up these great conversations that you're having. Speaking of great conversations, had a fantastic conversation with Jay last night. Jay is from Dealer Mobile Leads, and he is an incredible solutionary that is giving us the opportunity to make sure that you all can have some Dealer Mobile Leads at the Car Guy Coffee discounted number. Yeah. So, but we'll talk about that. We got some future things in the work.
This is a great question he's asking. He says, "Happy Thursday, guys. Why do you think old school car guys are reluctant to get into new technology? If it will help them be more successful, and what strategies would you use to overcome?" Well, that's a great question. I'll start with, the problem with the old school guys, and it's not necessarily, I don't want to classify everybody who's old school, been doing it for a long time in this category, but a majority of them. But here's the thing, Jay, it's even new school guys. Trust me, I got guys that are half my age that are reluctant to use technology. And they use it on personal, but when it comes to business, it's like they're scared. They don't want to put themselves out there for some reason or embarrass themselves, which I don't get why they feel that way. But I'm still working on that. So it's not just a new school or old school problem. It's a problem, period. But let's get to the old school guys. The reason why I think old school guys don't get into the technology, for one, technology is very new to them. So it's so foreign, it almost feels confusing to touch it. Like they feel weird using it, right? I'm just recently a year into technology. Like I've been my whole life technology, but as in like social media, I should say. And I've only been using it for about a year. And that year, at first I was very like, oh, what am I doing? I'm just posting stuff. You could ask Lou, when I first got on, I was the new guy. I was like looking at everything. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be liking, when I'm supposed to be doing this. I got into the social media world, but what it did though, and what I think being technically an old school guy and being able to embrace this technology is the fact that I have a inner burning inside of me to be more. I got tired of being complacent and living in the same spot in my life where I felt like I wasn't growing. I felt like I was dying. So I felt like in today's world, for all you car guys out there that are old school, in today's world, man, you guys got to embrace this technology. You have to embrace being able to use Zoom meetings, being able to use your FaceTime, being able to text message, being able to set up groups. And now with this new app that's out there, Clubhouse, booyah, my mind has been blowing up. We're going to talk about Clubhouse here some more. But Jay, I think that what I would do with some of the guys out there is I would show them examples of what people who are using technology that are being successful and what their gains are, maybe even get a testimonial, watch a testimony. Because most of these people who do these things, they're using social media and they're talking about this stuff. They're not sitting there hiding it, keeping it a secret. You're using social media, so it's out there for the masses. So a lot of these people are giving out information. So make sure you educate your guys, explain to them, maybe even show them the way. Maybe if you're a leader on the floor, if you're the sales manager, the general manager, maybe you start using the social media. Maybe you start showing your team by example. It's the best way to do anything. Lead by example. Show them how it works. Show them how it can bring leads in. Bring customers in because you're doing it. You'll be surprised how fast your salespeople will start jumping on the ball, especially because I will only give leads to people who are using social media. So if I get a lead off my social media, I'm not giving it to somebody who's dead on social media. Right. I'm going to give it to the guy who's crushing social media, right? So I'm going to give it to them, and then they're going to reap the benefits and the rewards of that. Same thing with that. So I hope that answered your question for me. I don't know if Lou got something he wants to touch on.
I got nothing to say on that.
So basically that, right?
No. Basically everything you just said. Remember, when your sales guy says, "Oh, I already said that."
Oh,
yeah.
That's the word.
That's what I said.
Right.
Yeah. No, I have a lot to say on that, but I'm going to be very, very, very brief on it, or as brief as I can be. So It is definitely limited beliefs, but the common thread with most people is that they are afraid of what it is that they don't know, and that fear makes it one something that they're not confident in using themselves,
Right.
and then also something because they're not confident in using it themselves, they are not confident in teaching it. So if they don't know how to use it, they don't know how to teach it, they don't know how to reap from it, they don't know those things, then it's not going to become part of the culture. So in
Right.
any scenario, the best way, that's why I never really completely adapted to the mindset of thinking that the only two things that you can't overcome are poverty and ignorance.
Mm.
Because I believe that you can educate ignorance and you can write a check to solve poverty. So, you know what I mean? These things are somewhat of simpler issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I get that.
when we are dealing with understanding an old school, new school mentality, it's always been rule of thumb. The old dog learns new tricks harder than the younger dog. But the thing
Right.
is if the old dog does not know how to do it and doesn't do it, the new school will never learn.
Fact.
Those lessons won't be there. If you don't have granddad to show you how to do it, you don't have dad to show you how to do it. You go living life without knowing how to do life things, which is why it's so important that there's cultures of fatherhood. The biggest threat against our world is fatherlessness, and it's important that
Fact.
those things become bridges that we make in letting people know, hey, there is new technology you don't know about, somebody else does. These are people you can trust to teach you about it,
Mm-hmm.
and this is now how you benefit from it. This is now how you're going to grow and become what it is that you're meant to be. You know what I mean? If you just embrace that this technology is here to help you, get people that you trust to help operate it for you, they would be more adaptable. The problem is that there's not enough that's measurable. Old school
Mm.
car guys are very measurable people, so the science and the proof is not all assembled there in the recent history with people that they know and trust.
Right.
Because car guys are very selective in who they trust and
I
who
believe
they
that.
share
That's
their
true.
secrets with. So because of that, if you don't have a common denominator with a friend to reference, the success that's
Right.
there. If you don't have somebody that you trust, then everybody gets into this class that's called vendor, and you're made to hit them with the Heisman block on every chance you get. You're trying to get away from somebody pitching you something else that you don't need or isn't actually going to benefit your process. Well, now the understanding of social media, the mindset has to adjust in the dealership, thinking that everything is designed to build just that dealership brand. Really, the new mentality is that the customer is the most empowered person in the world, and developing your brand to say that this is where that actually happens most is what's going to win the customer. Carvana wants to make sure that the customer knows you the boss. You know what I mean? You in charge. What you want, you gonna get. Broom wants to make sure that it's the same way. And so because of that, all of these mindsets of, well, do we build our people up to have these big great names? Do we let them build their brand, or do we just continuously make them try to build our brand while there's a customer that's ultimately trying to find somebody to trust? Old school guys know how to build trust one way, and that's right here. Well,
Mm.
now that we've transferred into a digital land, all of us are learning how to map out building that relationship digitally. For crying out loud, all of you all that are listening, watching, or part of what's happening, you've mostly not shook our hands, you've not high-fived us, you not gave
Nah,
us a
not
hug.
yet.
We
It's
haven't,
gonna
none of
happen.
that stuff has happened. It will happen, but it hasn't happened. We've built these relationships by way of this technology that we've learned to
Which I'm
navigate
so
and ride the
thankful for.
wave of, right?
Oh man, this technology has made 2020. That's the thing, folks. That's a good example, and not to cut you off, but if you really want to break it down, you could get your salespeople and your old school guys that look at what 2020 did. If any messages are for you to listen to, is to listen to what 2020 did for people with technology, the people who used their technology, the people who used those touchless test drives and did everything. They delivered everything without even having to see the customer. When they were able to use Zoom to do walkarounds and to do features and benefits and to do all these things with these customers, to be able to still sell cars when it was a time where you really couldn't, right? But you had to do it all no touch. all without being in front of the customer. Without technology, that would have been impossible. If that same situation happened 20 years ago, we wouldn't have sold cars. It would have been really ugly. It would have been very bad. And it would have been very hard for us to do touchless, this, and another. I mean, imagine
20 years ago, we were
imagine just
faxing
doing
deals.
it only on the phone. You're on the phone only and you're talking. You're like, hey, yeah, it's a cool car. I mean, dude, it's so different. You know, with the technology, we embraced
On
it.
your cord.
My guys kick butt because they embraced it. The ones who embraced technology really did well. They were able to get their message out. They were able to get people in. They were able to, you know, close deals while talking on a video chat. They were showing the vehicles, walking around, giving them their personality, which is something that you need to show. It's hard to get somebody to get excited about something without some personality, without some fun in it. Think about that.
Hello.
That's so if there's anything that you can show your guys, is to show them that 2020 was a year that if you didn't have technology, you probably had to take a step back. If you didn't, you probably made more money than you ever made. Just saying. So make sure that you guys reach out and do that with your team.
High five to you, Terry.
Bam.
High
What's
five
up,
to
Terry?
you.
I miss you, brother. We need to talk soon, by the way. We need to get you, you know the deal, Mr. ExoGloss.
Swag pack coming.
So, yeah. So, you know, that being said, I hope that answered the question, Jay. That's a great question.
Incredible
Folks,
question.
I absolutely love that question. So it's true. You know, technology is huge. And, you know, we embrace it. We use technology to grow our brand, the Car Guy Coffee, the whole brewing solutions. We used it. And then we use technology to get better and build our network. My network went from zero to like thousands. I don't even know how many I have now. I don't pay attention anymore. It's growing so fast, and it's all organic. And I love that because we don't spend money on advertising ourselves. We just do it, and we just put ourselves out there.
Just do it. Okay.
Do it. That's okay. That's how I do it. Okay. Hey. So that being said, y'all may not know what that means. Some of y'all might.
John Leguizamo.
John
Look it
Leguizamo.
up.
That's all I got to
Check it
say.
out.
Hey. So
How do I do it?
I don't know. I
just
just
do it.
Okay. So, all right. So, but the one thing that we haven't done this morning is our most important thing.
Exactly. And that is what we want to make sure you all understand is that beyond the brand, in order for the brand to thrive, there has to be a message. There has to be something that's conveyed that hits the heart, hit your chest one time, that makes sure that this heartbeat gets going. So I make the correlations with the coffee and all of these other things that get you upshifted and uplifted. But at heart, inside of a day like today, where we get to wake up saying, man, there's a whole lot of weird, bad news out there that sometimes chases you down. I wouldn't know about the majority of the negative things that are happening on the outside if it didn't seep its way into somebody else closer in my life to just braze the briefing by me. I wouldn't have seen it on my screens.
I don't pay attention.
You see what's on these screens based off of what you like to participate with.
My feed doesn't even bring up.
You know what I mean? I don't see none of that.
I don't pay attention to that. You know, I hear it? I do. Like you said, it's somebody close to me will bring it up, or maybe I happen to, you know, walk by and I see something on television. You know, I don't really watch live television too much because of that. It's right now. If you watch news, it's all bad news. It's not. That's all they're doing.
Always.
They're trying to
just.
They're trying to. And it's been like that since I was little. But they're always trying to bring chaos to the world. Show that this world is falling apart. Well, you know, folks, it's been falling apart if you really think about it. But it's not. It's really not. There's some major stuff going on in this world, and I don't even want to get. I'm not going to get into politics. I'm not going to get into bad news, good news. I'm just going to say that what you pay attention to is so key to your self health, to your mental health, to your physical health. Even, folks, it's so important to not fret on stuff you have no control over. You have to really focus on what you have control over. When you focus on that, your life is great. It doesn't matter who the president is. Doesn't matter who this person did that. Doesn't matter what's going on here. But if you are doing what you're supposed to do in your life, and you're focusing on those things to be the best version of yourself. I don't know why I keep looking at that camera when I know it's right there. So you keep focusing on yourself and full of focus. And when you do that, I promise you, you'll grow leaps and bounds. It's when you have those outside distractions. And what I love, and like Lou said, our phones don't say that. That just lets me know that I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Had no idea, nothing, clue.
Right? So,
but it found its way. And so inside of that, I could either respond one or two ways. Like, oh man, for real? Oh no, I'm scared now.
That's weird.
Or I can say, listen, if Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence can come together,
you know it, guys,
then we can find unity. And so with
Cobra
that,
Fang, or
yeah, I mean,
no,
that was my literal response at the
What
moment.
was it Cobra Fang? What
Cobra
was
Kai.
it? No, what was it? What did he change it to?
It was
something Fang. Something that doesn't have fangs.
Hawk Fang. Falcon
Oh,
Fang.
it was Eagle Fang.
Eagle Fang. Eagle Fang.
Eagle Fang Dojo.
Yeah.
Hey.
So what I want to make sure you guys know is that the things that you pay attention to are going to be what grow. What you keep your eyes on is which way you're going to go. That's why we want to make sure that it doesn't matter what somebody else did, what a political party, what a race, what anybody has done to you, whether you've been abused, whether you abused yourself. You have the opportunity to do the hardest part of all of this, and that's make sure that you forgive. It's the biggest word inside of this puzzle, and it makes sure that you understand it's a heavy weight. Man, it's an awkward heavy weight to hold on to forgiveness.
It's hard for people.
And you don't want that in your life.
You know what? When you do it,
it's easy. And then you're freed up to focus.
What?
Forgive. And then you have your hands freed right there. Get your hands. And then you can put them right there. And you can focus. And don't worry about the things that are over here, the things that are over there that have nothing to do with what your eyes are designed to look at. The word says that your light, your eyes are the exposure of your light. Okay? It's so important that you keep your eyes open to the things that you're supposed to be looking at. You focus on them, and then you fly.
Whoa.
And then it gets crazy. And then it gets fun.
And guess what happens when you fly?
You see turbulence, but guess what turbulence is always a sign of? You're flying. Okay? That's always it's the only time you can have turbulence in your life.
It makes life fun.
And then you want to get a little higher. Just keep growing. You keep growing. You keep growing. You keep growing. For car guys,
focus, fly, my friends.
That is the process to making sure that none of this other distraction gets you off of where it is that you're supposed to go. Fly above the stupid, fly above the negativity. Don't be percolating problems. Be brewing solutions.
That's it, man. You know, and here, Scott Joseph just put a great message, and this is exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, he's in the think tank.
Scott, we will see you tonight, my friend. Mr. Think Tank himself. All right, when surveyed, 50% of dealers plan to return to normal pre-COVID processes. Wow. When it comes to delivery, pickup, drop-off, and no-touch digital conveniences, this is a mistake because the consumers have new expectations. Correct.
Yes.
Consumers will not go backwards when it comes to saving time and effort. The dealer who plans to continue processes and improve customer experience will pick up the market share. Fact. 100% fact.
Put that in your cup.
Sip on that right there, folks. That's a great one right there, Scott. God bless. We had Scott on our show, folks. I'm sure you guys remember that. Great show. I don't participate in recessions, pandemics, and other crap that can negatively impact my mental state.
Come on.
System.
He's a mindset medicine master right here.
You know, hey. Exactly. I need a cup of coffee. Does anyone know where I can get a good cup?
Yes, I do know. I do know.
Just drive 45 minutes south of Louisville.
Come on.
There's a town called Elizabethtown, and there's also a town called Radcliffe in Vine Grove. When you come down here, we got the best coffee. Matter of fact, Scott, I'm going to send you a bag of coffee, brother. You deserve some of this really good.
I want to take it to him. I want to come up and take it to you.
Let's set up a meeting within the next week or two. Let's just
let's make the loop.
Oh,
we're going to
take up next Thursday?
I don't know.
Or tell me, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do Tuesday, but tell me what day and let's make it.
We'll make the loop. We'll do the Lexington, Louisville loop.
But if you're in town next week, Scott, let me know. Message me because we want to make a trip up and do a little Kentucky loop around here. We got some people we want to see, and I'd love to come by and drop off a little bit of swag to you. Scott Joseph, I love. He's
going to be in the think tank tonight, folks.
Do not miss that. If you have an opportunity to go to www.thinkagroup.com, and then what you want to do is you want to go to their swag tab. Right inside that swag tab, you'll see a link for Thirsty Thursdays. Click on that, and then it'll take you straight to Zoom. And you get inside there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be informative. There's a lot of great business heads in there just trying to grow. It's a massive think tank. It's a lot of fun.
You will be very, very, very.
Bring whatever you like to drink. It's after hours, so you can drink.
Nobody knows what's in your mug.
You can have your cigar. Like I'm sure Scott's going to have some kind of bourbon.
Scott's going to have a bourbon
and his cigar, right? And he'll be doing his thing, and that's what Scott does. Yeah. He says, "I'm going skiing next week, but open on the 20th.
Hey, okay.
Folks.
Hey, that's actually when we launch.
We launch season 2.
Season that's
on the 20th. That might be something to
making me make to think.
I might take that day off and maybe do the trip around on our day. Well,
We'll see.
we're going to keep that
see.
on the wraps right now. That might be the day, though.
That's what I'm planning to do.
But yeah, enjoy your skiing trip, my friend. Where are you going skiing? I hope that you're going somewhere. I already know you're going somewhere nice. We're talking about Scott Joseph here. So
right.
you know it's going to be nothing but
Crush,
4-star,
count,
5-star. Yeah,
master himself. He is an incredible solutionary that has been somebody that helped us launch off the 2020 series that we were going through. Folks, there's so many great solutionaries like Scott, and so many great solutionaries like the one who is inside of the Brewmaster station right now, and it is Mr. Chris Power Gomez. And we are talking about the power of branding and the importance of building it. I know when it was that something shifted inside of me, a training that I went to that got me inspired to try to create my own personal brand. That's when I created the Matchmaker, who then turned into the Car Guy, and always promoted that way. Fred went with different names. Now he's the Subprime Hero. And
I was Mr. Deals with his
Mr. Deals. Get some.
That was my name. I was Mr. Deals, and he was the Car Guy, right? So it was fun. It was absolutely a great opportunity for us back then. This is pre-social media. This was just us doing our thing, trying to breed our own type of environment, trying to get people to know who we were. So when the experience came in, I'm gonna tell you, pictures, we used to do Polaroid pictures, and Lou started it. Lou would do these, it was called like the Wall of Fame or something. I can't remember, but he would get poster board and you'd stick it on, right? You'd put pictures and you'd fill up these poster boards, go all the way around the room. And it was so cool to see customers when you had a bunch of pictures up there. They would go there and they'd start looking. They would look. And if they saw one person they knew, oh man. And then after you sold them the car, if you didn't immediately go to the picture, they're like, I want to take my picture. I want to take my picture.
Do I get my picture?
I want my picture on the wall.
They'll asking you before you present.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on here, right?
It was beautiful.
Like, yeah,
I mean, it was something that was so unique then for me. I never seen anybody else do that. So I had to jump on the bandwagon because Lou started it. So I started doing it. So we were office partners. The wall filled up quick with both of us doing it, right? And then we also use, everybody who's done this, your little car tags, the ones that come on the keys. I used to keep everyone. I still have the ones from when I sold, even when I was on the road. But I used to hang those on the wall, staple them, and it would be almost like a wallpaper, like a little thing up on there. So I think that was kind of cool too. So that being said, Deer Valley is where he's going. Nice. Enjoy yourself. We got Alex in the house. Get in the think tank. That's right, Alex. Tonight, folks. Crew. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Think Tank tonight. Thirsty Thursdays. Bring your favorite drink and a great attitude and have some fun, folks.
And really be encouraged to think differently, because it's going to be a lot of great information to take home with you. And we want to just make sure that we get the chance to meet different people. Everybody gets a chance to say hello. So we do encourage you, meet us in there tonight. If you want to continue getting together with us, you can go to carguycoffee.com, listen to all the solutions that have been brewed up with all those other solutionaries that are inside of the actual archive that is now some solutionary serum that we're so excited to be sharing with so many people. But be looking out for this. Looking out for this today. This is out there right now. You
Mr.
can be
Power Gomez.
Power
Mr.
Gomez.
Brand himself, man. If you guys have not been seeing his posts on LinkedIn, he's got some really classy looking posts. I like the way they look, man.
Yeah, he's very, very clean and very keen about how it is that you build your brand and you build your reputation, because that is ultimately the key factor of what builds your brand is the reputation that you have, one relationship at a time.
Not to mention this guy's story. If you guys go back and you hear, I mean, he literally didn't remember who he was. He had a massive head injury.
He died.
Yeah. So what I want to say is that he is living his life to the fullest right now. His tag that he has on LinkedIn is Premier Brand Creator. And he's doing that right now, and he's trying his best to make the most out of it. And he's getting a huge following. Folks, go reach out to him. Chris Power Gomez. Great story. I can't wait for you guys to hear the story if you haven't already. This dude is on it. Absolutely love him. He's got a huge heart, and I'm looking forward to sharing his story some more. So make sure you guys reach out and check that out. And
part 2, it will be out in the morning. So go ahead and get caught up inside of part 1. Part 2 will be out first thing in the morning for you to be able to sip on up. Lots of brews, but you'll see. It was a great conversation. Learned a lot. Was taking in a lot, and there's a lot for you to take home and put inside of your cup and brew up.
So we got a lot of great stuff going down. What's up, Russell? That's another one of our guests that we've had on the show. We'll be re-releasing his show here sooner and later. Probably be part of season 2. But we definitely are excited about the future. The 5-liner we did with Russell was really good too. You know, he was a lot of fun. He's got a personality on him,
Yes.
guys. So make sure you guys reach out to him if you need
His
any
middle
help, any
name
fix-ups.
is Hollywood.
That's
He's got a lot of personality.
no, he definitely brought the shine with him. So I appreciate you for being on here this morning. Also, it is a great day, my friend. But I want to talk about really quick, folks. There's this new hot app right now.
Yes. Got to find a friend.
It's called Clubhouse.
Get in.
I'm sure you guys have heard the buzz about this. It's going crazy. You have Grant Cardone out there. He was on there all night last night because last night he had a show.
I haven't seen
the billionaire, undercover billionaire. He was on this show. It's on Discovery Channel. Last night he did this whole lot, and he's still doing it right now. Glenn Lundy's doing a breakfast with champions every morning, folks. If you want to get up early, or it's still probably going right now, you can get on. There's so much great information about growth and opportunity and all this stuff. They also have the Shark Tank is on there, folks.
Yes, they're able to.
If you want to pitch some ideas, you need to get on there. You might be sitting for hours.
Get your business plan together.
But get ready. I mean, I've heard that the secret though is they're doing a donation thing, so it's to a good cause, and the people who donate get brought up to the front of the line. So if you really have a great product and you want to pitch it and you know your pitch is ready to go, get on there. Even if it's not, it doesn't cost you anything. You just got to go. You could be sitting in your underwear and you could pitch this. I mean, they don't see you.
Get your pitch
it's
together.
100% all vocal. You just hear voices. It's not a visual thing. It's all audible, right? So you have to just hear stuff. So it's kind of like a giant podcast, like literally just people talking. And there's all these great rooms. Whatever thing that you want to be part of, whatever thing that you have passion in, it's available on that. Mm-hmm. There's people who have rooms on that. If you love music, if you love art, if you love, if you love the president,
you're a veteran.
If you're a veteran, Lou and I jumped in a veteran thing yesterday and I
Loved
talked
it.
to a couple people. Great stuff. It was veteran
CEOs.
Yeah. And I got a chance to sit down and talk to a few of them, and we went over our stories. There's a lot of people who are just getting out, transitioning. There was this one lady on there. I absolutely loved her. I can't remember her name, so I apologize. I'm going to look her up in a little bit, but she was a retired sergeant major or master sergeant, from the Air Force. She just got out, but her passion is helping transitional soldiers, airmen, whatever you are, right? If you're a military member, she wants to help them be able to understand financial she wants to educate them on how to keep their credit right, because a lot of people get out and their credit is they have bills they can't afford no more. I was guilty of it. I did it. I left the military and I had so much stuff that I couldn't afford it anymore. Credit just went crap. Right. So I didn't think about that kind of stuff. But, I always was one of those, everything's going to work out type guys. And it does. Don't get me wrong. It all worked out in the end. But if I had a little bit more education, like we don't get the education in high school, folks. We don't. We go to high school. They teach you some. You may have to take an extra class for it, but it's not mandatory to learn how to balance checkbooks, how to, save money, how to invest money, how to, be more organized, how important credit is, how to maintain credit, what credit really is. All this stuff is not taught to us at an age that we should be taught, right? And then if your parents are not great at that, which my parents, and I love them both, which they've done great since, but in their early years,
they don't know what they don't know.
They were blowing money and they were broke. They were like almost lost a house once. There's so many stories I could tell you about my parents and their income struggles and their money struggles and their credit struggles. Though they have come a long way, and it's been decades since they've had those issues, but they was bad. I remember I was in high school. We didn't know if we were going to have a house still, and it was like one of those things you just kind of like, I remember seeing an auction sign in front of our house at one point. Like, this is scary, so things like that can happen. And there's just not enough education for our veterans, and don't get me wrong. I think her purpose is perfect. I love that she's specific veterans. Yes. The world needs it though. The world needs financial education, credit education. They need to understand that type of stuff. And I think that's something that Lou and I can bring. And I honestly think that's something that with Clubhouse that we should go in and present and maybe teach people and educate people. I don't know if you saw.
We're going to have.
Yesterday I was talking to Glenn Lundy and he kind of said that to me. And he was like, this is what you should do. And I was like, that's really cool. I wanted to talk to you about that. We'll talk about that later.
I didn't see that part.
But it's great, guys. Go check out Clubhouse. Even if you try to get in it now, you probably won't. Make sure that when you're reading the fine words, when you're starting to sign up for Clubhouse, there's a spot where it says attach your Instagram account. It's important you do that. So if you don't, what happens is your name will get thrown in there. And if nobody, the only way that people will see you and allow you to join, because it's like you have to be in the club and let somebody in. You don't just get in. It's still such a new app. They're not allowing everybody to be part of the app yet. Right. You could download the app, but it doesn't mean you can be in the app. You can't be participating in it unless somebody invites you into the club, right? Or if you once you put your name in the list and you're on this list, if somebody is connected to you, they'll see it and they can say, okay, let them join. But if you don't use your Instagram, it's hard for anybody to be able to get connected to you. So if you use your Instagram, which is one of their favorite places to connect people, if you connect your Instagram to it and you have a good following there, odds are somebody in your Instagram that you're good friends with is already in Clubhouse, which will say, hey, I'm going to get you in. Laura Berman got me in. I got Lou in. I immediately, as soon as I got in, I sent my one invite that I had, I sent it to Lou. You only get one when you first join, one invite. So you can send one person in. Of course, I sent Lou in, right? But you get one. So you got, ding. In order for you to get two, you have to start being more participating more. And then as they grow, they're going to give out more of these like invites and all these, exceptions. So Clubhouse, make sure you guys check it out. It is hot. I'm talking free education, free everything,
free access to incredible people that know what it is.
Lou got on there and talked with Les Brown the other day.
Get to the next level.
And Les Brown, we all know what's going on. Les Brown's got a little bit. He's had health issues over the last few years, and I love Les, and I wish him, and I hope he lives another 100 years. But if you really have to understand that life is very fragile, so take advantage of every moment, folks. You need to go in there and talk to everybody you can, get information. Les Brown's one of the most powerful influencers that I've ever seen. He's one of the motivators that people absolutely love, right? And I've heard a lot of his stuff. He comes from the heart. He's very Christian oriented. He's very family oriented. He's very growth oriented. Growth big time. I mean, this guy is everybody knows who Les Brown is, I think. If you don't, check him out, man. He's amazing.
Google him.
He's just during the pandemic, he grew his box back up. I love it. It looked really good. So no, man, I'm glad to have, but make sure you guys do that. Get up on some Clubhouse. If you have any questions, reach out to us.
Yes, we'll definitely let you know.
We appreciate y'all.
Great education stuff. Car guys, car gals, and all you solutionaries out there, we are going to have to conclude this brew. We want to make sure that we do at the end get a good message of hope out there to you, especially as we're discussing the realities. So here's a little jump box for you all. We have to make sure that in any case scenario, as we do, pull out the jump box and say that there needs to be something that ignites the heartbeat of our culture, the heartbeat of our day, the heartbeat of our lives, our country. And that's addressed that, inside of what we understand, what happened yesterday, a veteran lost their life because of skirmishes that do not need to happen. Embarrassing things start to occur inside of our country when we do not put ourselves in a meek position to where we love our neighbor as we love ourselves.
Right.
On the jerseys of the Virginia Tech team last night, saw the scripture that was on there. It was Mark 12, 28 through 32. You can really get the explanation of the two most important things that we are commanded to do. And the commandment to love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you don't love yourself, but we need to make sure that we teach you that you are beloved and that there is a lot to love there, and you need to shine that light. But love your neighbor the same way. So that means you hold no judgments against them. You hold no good thing from them. You make sure that you do not point your finger in their face. Otherwise, you join the forces of the accuser. And the accuser is not my teammate, nor yours. So if you do not want to see these things happening inside of the world around you, don't let it be inside of the world in you. Make sure that you are constantly living a life where you are forgive, focus, and flying. Car guys, car gals, let's unveil the positive. The positive is even the crazy silliness of this world and dumb people can't ruin your trajectory to making great things happen. Yesterday happened, we forgive it. If you messed up this morning, you didn't do your routine, you didn't do what it is that you expected to do, you didn't make it to work on time, it's okay. Forgive. Somebody didn't show up for their appointment this morning, okay, forgive. But let's get focused. And let's get focused on who it is that we want to help. How it is that we can go out of our way to show our neighbor that we love them, that we care for them, and that doesn't define us. I strongly believe that the power of media has absolutely turned its war against Trump because he waged war on them. You know what I mean? In any case scenario, if I declare war, war is declared, right? So the power of media has attacked this man like nobody could ever disagree it ever has anybody else. I don't care what side you're on, but he picked the fight. And so one thing that we need to make sure that we have a culture of inside of our heart is to forgive, focus, and to fly.
Yes.
Get above these things that are so just on the
Yep.
ground. Be taken up to where it is that you're designed to go. And we encourage you all to not let any of that negativity in. And once you address that negative, unveil the positive. And in most case scenarios, the positive is you. You're the light in the place that you are placed right now. So shine, glow, do what it is that you do, and encourage somebody else to do the same. We love you. We appreciate all of you all. Live that lifestyle of forgive, focus, and flying. Live that lifestyle of upshifting and uplifting. But love your neighbor as yourself and make that be the chief cornerstone of how it is that you operate everything that you do. And I encourage you, you're going to have a very enriched life, and you're going to find a lot of people are actually just like that and need to learn how to love each other better. And I will always be a student of love and how to do it in a better way. Always. And
Love it.
I want to start Love University, right? Take Tiffany there first. No, okay, sorry. But
I think he does. I think he does.
But I mean
quite
it.
often.
So
you got 4 kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But no, folks, great morning, great day. I hope you guys have a great week. We'll be back on Sunday night to do a live show. We're excited about that show. We do have some great stuff. We're 2 weeks away right now, folks, from our season 2 episode.
That's crazy.
And season 2 is going to be happening. We got some great stuff. We're going to be doing some major interviews. Today is my day where I'm going to be putting all our interviews into concrete right now. Like I have a bunch of, yes, let's do it. Now I got to put the dates and times together. So we're going to be doing a lot of recording over the next month, having a lot of fun. We might even be able to almost knock out in 1 month's time the whole season.
Yeah.
That's the craziest part. But you can't really do that because you want to make sure that all the news is fresh. So some of the stuff I'm going to do is going to be follow-ups. I've talked about this. We're going to do a 5-liner show. We're going to do a follow-up show. And then we're going to do some kind of other special show. Maybe it's fresh news. Maybe it's going to be a great news meeting. Who knows what it is. But it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be something unique. Be ready for it, folks. You see all this stuff, it's going to look a little different soon. We're going to have new equipment. With these new partnerships comes upgrades, and we're real excited about that. And we're excited to bring you guys a better, cleaner show, a show that you guys can really be like, man, I love watching that show. These guys are doing some stuff, and we're trying our best to bring you guys the best that we can bring you, right?
Yes.
We got Charles Higgins up in the house.
What up, Charles?
What's up,
Driving with Charles.
I love he always drops a coffee emoji in there. It's my dog.
Bing.
Forgive, focus, fly. Good morning, gents.
Good
What's
morning,
up,
Brian?
But before we go, guys, I want to show you guys a special.
Oh, you have to see
You guys have
this.
seen pictures of it.
You guys have to see
it,
this.
But I finally got it in. My buddy all the way out. He's an artist out from Evansville, Kentucky, or Indiana. Excuse me, Evansville, Indiana. Good friend of mine, Jason Sheely. Folks, look at that.
Check this out.
Ding. So he made this.
Put that all the way up there.
he made
Bam.
this custom piece.
Right there.
Shine it on
What?
it.
That's dope. Right. Little, just tilt it just a bit. Just a bit down. There you go. Right there. They can see
Car
that.
guy
Look at
coffee.
Get some.
You see
Look at that.
Look how cool that is. But my favorite part, I love the Car Guy Coffee logo, and that's going to go up here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly yet. But see, he signed it for me right there. And if you guys can see that, you see that it looks like a.
Adjust it like right this. Right there.
You'll see that there's a coffee stain. Looks like he put a coffee mug down, and then he signed it for me with the year. Thank you, Jason, man. So awesome.
That
I'm
was
pumped up
awesome.
about this,
That
dude.
was
This is
awesome.
one of the coolest things ever. How cool. I love skateboarding. I've been skating since I was 10 years old. And I don't skate hard like I used to, but I can still skate pretty dang good, folks. Y'all should see me. I don't know if you guys saw my one when I was doing the push-up challenge and I knocked that kickflip out real quick. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
Pull it off really quick. That'll be up soon. This whole cafe, we're pumped up about it. We're pumped up about you guys. We're pumped up about season 2 coming. We're pumped up about 2021. Make sure you focus on what you have control over, folks. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. Once again, do what you do. Be the best version of yourself. And I promise you, at the end of the day, you're going to feel good about yourself.
Yes.
Start making a daily plan. Start writing down in a planner. Start journaling. Start doing your gratitude. Do it all, folks. Why not? Do you want to live the best life or do you want to live an okay life? I prefer the best life. And if you guys haven't been paying attention, the stock market is out of control right now. You're talking the Dow, the NASDAQ, everything is going crazy. Cryptocurrency is blowing up. What bad news is there? I understand that this world is crazy, but look at all the good stuff.
Right.
I'm all about gratitude. There's so many good things. I'm healthy. My wife's healthy. It's wintertime, but guess what? We went from where it was getting darker every day. Now it's starting to get lighter every day. Look at that and think about that. Yesterday I put out a post that was from a year ago, from January 6, 2020. It was actually like my first technical quick brew. It didn't say quick brew, but when I watched it, I was like, man, this is where it all started. This is what inspired me. One of these videos like this. But I talked about that. I was talking about what I thought was positive. And even back then, on January 6th, 2020, I said, man, it's getting lighter every day. I had so many things to be positive about. Our episode was coming out in 2 weeks, all that type of stuff. I remember that. So really exciting. And matter of fact, I believe it was like the third of the month when we interviewed Matt last year. So, it's crazy how a year goes by that fast and how much stuff can happen in a year if you really just focus on yourself, focus on growth, focus on the positive. And at the end of the year, Car Guy Coffee.
Boom.
All right. So, folks, we appreciate you guys.
We so
Have a
appreciate
great
you all.
day.
Go share this, and we look forward to seeing you in the think tank tonight.
Yes.
If you have the time, get in there and brew some solutions with our friend Scott Joseph. If you want to hear a little bit more about that type of incredible solutionary that he is, you can go to carguycoffee.com,
That's
listen
right.
to his
You
episode,
already know.
hear what it is that he's got to say and some of the wisdom that he deposits. Now, remember, anytime that you have knowledge, wisdom is what you need to use to apply it. And it's important that you think properly. So we want to encourage you, apply those 3 F's. Love the people around you. And always have yourself focused on finding a way to brew a solution. This is Lou Ramirez, the Car Guy.
And this is Frelin Arts, the subprime hero.
And you have been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast.
Woo!
Let's brew.
Y'all have a
Get
good
you
one.
some.
Blessed day. Keep rocking. Stay positive. Do it all. We'll see y'all soon. You know what? We haven't dropped one of these videos at the end in a long time.
No.
I'm going to do it real
Go
quick.
ahead and get
See
your
y'all.
outro with the intro.
Peace.
What?
Everything.